This simple fight, but we still went and, you know, gave it some effort and some thought. So by clearing that out, we got the following rewards. We got 76 gold. We also got a boar that will fight for us. We can also just sell it for gold if we want. So we would end up with a total of 100 gold, both things combined. But I think an extra military unit at this point makes perfect sense. We'll go ahead and accept the boar. And maybe we can send the boar to defend the city. I think that's fine. So there's still a night watch there, and we've got an extra pony rider, so they'll all go into the city and keep guard on there. And then I can use my current army, the Army of Carcinel, to go and scoot about the map. Scout things out, find some more XP, maybe some more treasure. You'll notice we're not fully healed yet, so we won't want to run directly into the next fight. But let's go ahead and do that. We should also look at what spells we can cast. We can cast a spy drone, and I definitely want to start summoning that, because these things move fast and they fly. And they will give us a lot of vision very quickly over the area. So, I'm going to go ahead and park myself outside of, what is this? A magma forge, which gives an extra 10 production. But I won't attack them right now. I'm just going to wait here. We're going to try to become fully healed. And there's also just a pile of gold behind here. If we pick that up, we just get free money. I guess I could, oh, I don't have enough movement for it anyway. But, you know, I could go and pick that up while I'm waiting for things to heal up. All right, first turn. Done. Unknown leader is moving. Again, if you do simultaneous turns, you don't have to worry about this. But just the way I like to play, I find it a little bit smoother. Okay, Summon Spy Drone is ready to cast, so we're going to go ahead and cast our spell. We can select the hexagon on or next to a friendly city or hero. So I'm actually going to put it down, say on the left side of the city over here. And then I'm going to have it scout out to the west. So if we take a look at our drone, it's just a military unit, but it doesn't have very many hit points. It's very, very weak. It's got explosive death, which is fun. If you do kill it, it goes boom. But it floats! So it goes, you know, it can go over any kind of terrain, and it's not bothered by any of it. So we'll go ahead and scout out to the west and see what's here. And you find this, you know, a stash of mana. Well, let's go ahead and pick that up. Boom. I like mana. Looks like my army is fully healed, so we'll go ahead and probably take out, looks like there's some, an army of some dwarves over here. We should be able to take them out totally easily. The key thing, if you mouse over them, it does point out that these... Oh, that's an orc! Orcs and dwarves working together? What? I think we can all agree that this is an abomination. But yeah, you can see they're tier 1 units, it says, which are the weakest type of units, and that's good. Heroes are going to be better than tier 1 units. We've also got the Brew Brother is a tier 2, which is nice. The Cavalry is a tier 2. But our Farmer and our Night Watch, they're both tier 1. So, we'll go ahead and... I guess just take these guys out. We should be able to do that fine. Again, we'll go into manual combat. Okay, so because of where we're fighting, this is actually going to suck really bad. This area has a debuff around it. It has choking fumes. It spreads mana-infused fumes across the battlefield, causing all units to suffocate. Choking units suffer 300 morale penalty, 6 less movement, 2 less ranged attack, I think that is, 2 less defense, and 2 less resistance. Dragon, machine, and undead and incorporeal units are immune. Now, I could try to suppress it. I could try to disjunct it, but I don't have enough casting points to actually try to do that, to dispel that effect. So, it's really bad for our halflings, because our morale is what determines our lucky trait. So, we had 15% chance to dodge everything, now we're down to 10%, which is considerably worse. They are suffering from it too over here, but generally speaking, not too bad. Also, if we ever slipped into unhappy, there'd be a chance of fumbling. So before we had a chance of doing critical hits, while we'd instead start fumble. These guys are going to take a couple turns before they close in on us, so why don't we go ahead and just nuke them with some spells. I'm going to hit them with a magic fist. So I'm going to mouse over and see who'll take the most damage. The Orc Engineers would statistically take slightly less because of the resistance, so we'll go ahead and hit this Dwarf Prospector over here. BAM! And other than that, I think we'll try to group up. The Engineers and the Prospectors, they both have some ability to shoot, but not really all that much. So mostly I'll wait for them out here. I've got massively superior numbers. Oh, I could do a buff right away. Let's go ahead and I'd actually really like to buff the Pony Riders. But I can't reach them. Hang on. I can move up with the Pony Riders. Move up to here. We'll go ahead and put up our defenses. And now we can go and feed a nourishing meal to the Halfling Pony Riders, which is going to hopefully bring their morale up enough to make a difference. Maybe it's not. Nope, 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 it's not. Alright, well, doesn't really matter then. And this guy will just go and do a defensive stance, and the Nice Watch, same thing. So we'll just wait one turn. It's not particularly exciting. We put Miss Carsnell slightly in front, just in case they can reach someone, they'll shoot her. She's pretty tough. Especially with 3 stacks worth of defense. Hey, her lucky actually triggered. Look at that! They were able to take 1 shot at me, but my 10% lucky trait actually triggered, so I took no damage whatsoever, which is great. Now, I have a musket. A musket, unlike some of the other ranged weapons, will only fire once, kind of like a chicken. But the advantage of it is if you want to do a movement and then shoot, it's fine, because it doesn't really matter what you end up with. In fact, I should be able to kill this prospect. Actually, even from here, I can kill it. I think what I'm going to want to do is scooch up a bit more. And then shoot. Just because, again, she's pretty tough. So, I forgot to right-click. There we go. Although I realize I'm not going to be able to put her on defense, which is not great. My illusionist here, technically we could cast one more spell with her and give someone Star Blades, which is probably a good idea. I'm going to keep trying to buff my cavalry. They're one of my tougher unit types, and they tend to be in direct combat, so... Now, if I move forward, they will probably shoot at me, which sucks. But I'll have a double stack of defense. Hopefully we'll be okay. I don't suppose we can... Yeah, let's chicken this guy. Halfling units are not strong, but they're probably the most entertaining thing in the entire game. Let's move up here and go into defense mode. And we're going to be too far to really cleave or anything, although we can take a free shot. We can also remove disease from things. Yeah, this is way too short range on the cleaver. So I'll tell you what, I'll move up here. I'd actually rather keep the cavalry than the Brew Brothers, so I'll go ahead and sort of block that way. End the turn. Oh! The Orc Engineer actually has a blunderbuss, which does a spray, so sort of cone attack. So hit both people here. Didn't realize that would be a thing. That's rather unfortunate. Oh yeah, and you do have to reload muskets, so there's 1 turn in between shots. Now, I'm a little tempted to move here and then attack, because then at least I would get a flanking bonus. On the other hand, then I'd only be able to attack once, but flanking's got to make up for it. Also, it'll force him to turn away, and then I can attack him in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with Carsnell the Armless. I mean, totally harmless. So we'll do a flank there. Not as much damage as the double attack, but ain't bad. And then we can, well, we can finish a lot of things off in a lot of different ways here. Actually, I believe because of the charge attack, we'll be able to finish off the Dwarf Prospector with our pony here. It's going to do a huge amount of damage in a variety of things. And, ooh, line of sight penalty. So what we can do is just scooch up to be against the wall. There we go. And then we'll be able to shoot 2 cleavers this guy. No range penalty, no line of sight. Obstacles do provide line of sight and give you 50% less damage from range attacks, but if you're right up against it, then you're sort of just, you know, shooting over it, so you don't get it anymore. So we'll get 1 flanking shot, 1 normal shot. Flanking shot is enough to kill it. Another flawless battle. It's good to keep everyone alive. You get more experience points for them. It's great stuff. Plus, then you don't have to rebuild the units, obviously. So we got 45 gold from that. And again, once our city expands, we'll be able to take advantage of this. I may as well keep moving, pick up the stash of gold. Boom, nice pile of it. Now, you can use gold to rush buildings, and we may want to do that at first. It does make our population slightly unhappy. And being happy gives you a boost to production. So I don't think I'm going to do this. Because I don't think in the long run it's a really good winning move. We'll just have to wait until it builds up slowly. But I don't know. It's very tempting. Anyway, we've still got a bunch of stuff queued up, so we'll go ahead and go. That's going to be a bit of a tougher fight. They're only tier 1 units, but there are going to be 4 of them. I mean, we definitely want to let ourselves heal up, so let's go and just explore a little bit. Oh, some water here. Now, if I did have the shipbuilding research, I could take my unit and then click on the water, and then I'd be able to just embark, and I'd be on ships, and I'd be able to go into the water that way. But I don't, so I can't. Any spells I want to cast? No. I like Suppress Nature. I forgot about that. Suppress Nature is like the thing to be from our Dreadnought. It means we no longer get unhappy from terrain we don't like, which is going to be pretty handy with the Halflings. It doesn't make them like the terrain. It just makes it so that they're not unhappy from it. I'm going to see if I can find... It's probably an easy fight, but let's see if we can find an easier one. So some Draconians over here. They're all tier 1. That's going to be slightly easier. And again, we'll just try to keep getting experience points. Ah! We are so much stronger than this army. They just want to run away. We can let them run, which is an act of good, or we can say no mercy, which is an act of evil. Now, we did do the poll earlier, and people had decided that we should be evil, so I'll go ahead and pick no mercy. The advantage of this as well is we get to fight them, and we know it's going to be an easy fight because, well, they're weak enough that they wanted to run, so it's obviously going to be a trivially easy fight. And so we get to fight them, and we get to get experience points. So we get more evil rating, and we get more experience points. So it's a pretty big advantage. A fire bomb can hurt a little bit, but it's going to be fine. I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and blow things up this way. And then where's Miss Carsonell? We'll have her step up and just shoot this guy. Yeah, guaranteed kill. There we are. And perhaps the Brew brother will go ahead and improve the morale of Miss Carsonell. Give her more hit points as well, which is going to be good. The Halfling farmer. If I go here, will I get the line of sight penalty? Oh, the Draconian Crusher actually has projectile resistance. Still, it's probably worth doing that. Plus, there's a 25% chance that we'll slow them. Hey, we got experience for it as well. So that's groovy. The Night Watch will just run up and put up our defensive mode. Our Pony Rider. It's a Charger. I think we'll let them come. We'll just go and set our defenses here, end our turn, see exactly what they want to do. Most likely they'll come to us. This guy's got the Overwhelm ability, which is interesting. Gives him bonus damage against pikemen and shielded units, which our Night Watch is shielded. Shield's pretty good. It gives you extra bonus against non-flanking attacks, so attacks from the front, but it is heavily neutralized by Overwhelm, which is kind of sucky for us. That being said, we can come in here with our farmers and flank them from behind. They came from behind! And finish them off. And then I'll just, I'll just put on auto combat. And let things get finished off that way. Listen, auto combat. Don't get anyone killed. My god, that was close. That's what you get for being lazy. Alright. We got some more gold. We got a little bit more XP. So, I will go and clear that out soon, but I figured, why not take slightly easier fights while we've got the opportunity. I'll move up, end the turn here. And then our scout. This is a refugee camp. Oh, that's good. It'll give an extra 1,000 population to our main city. Or, well, still a village, but it's almost going to be a town now. That's good. You probably still have movement left. In fact, you do. So this scout can't really fight. But he's going to find a lot of these little free things for us whenever possible. There we go. Some mana crystals over there, for example. Now, the roaming monsters can come and attack your town, so you want to leave some people behind. We finished researching mana fuel cells. Excellent. A couple more things are an option. We can do Scorched Earth. Oh, instantly raise a town. Oh, you put it on a town, and if it gets raised, if it gets taken, it gets instantly raised. It's considered an evil act. Also, you have to maintain it. So, I don't know. Repair Fortification is good for rebuilding your walls in combat. Assaulting towns is very interesting. Dragon Oil is crazy good. You'd have to cast it ahead of time on the global map, but it puts a massive defensive barrier around the city. I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm just going to start ranking up my invention, because I'm going to want to start casting some spells, and I'm going to want a few more ranks of that. So I'm going to cast mana fuel cells here to give us an extra production bonus on the city. There we go. So there's a bit of a maintenance for that. Actually, we're losing mana crystals right now, but that will go away relatively soon. We'll queue up a shrine. Maybe we'll queue it up next just to offset this. That might make sense. Being happy help. Yeah, we'll squeeze in a shrine and then do the storehouse just to make sure that we're okay maintenance-wise. Oh, that's why we're lower, because we're maintaining our unit. We've got some upkeep there. So that's okay. Anyway, I will want to kill that. Let's just hover around. We're going to let ourselves heal up a bit more before we actually challenge this. Oh, haste berries are nice. They replenish your movement, so you can go quite a bit further. I don't expect there to be much up here. We'll come back and scout that out with our spy drone later on. We'll just end our turn here. Speaking of our spy drone, we'll go and pick up these mana crystals and then get the haste berries. And I don't think there'll be anything up here. Oh, we've got a tomb. that we can clear out later. Usually some good rewards over there. Also a pretty good site for cities, because they do give a decent amount of production. We will have to check out where we want to expand soon. Because we have high morale in Brussels, we actually get an event here. Praise the leader. They're having a festival, and they collected 78 gold worth of gifts for me. So even more money are coming in. Excellent. Our shrine is about to finish. We'll finish that up too. Still looks good. Our army is mostly healed. I'll go ahead and wait until our Night Watch is fully healed. He's still a recruit. It would be really nice to level him up. It is hard to level up the level 1 infantry, and honestly, they're pretty crap, generally speaking. They are very disposable, but we're trying to keep them alive for now. What do we have here? We have an ancient ruin that can be cleared with an army later on. And there we go. How's chat going on over there? There's 2 chats to watch. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, there are 3, based on how I set it up, there's 4 players, so there's 3 AIs running around. In addition to all these neutral fellows. Alright, what do we got here? Units are trying to flee the battle. No mercy. So, what do we have? Draconian chargers? Yeah, okay. That'll be fine. In the interest of time, I'm very compelled to just automate more and more of this, but the AI is really not as careful with your units as you are. So it'll often backfire. Now, Hastra, here's the thing that's worth talking about. Where's Hastra? Right over here. I think that she earns XP a lot slower than Carcinel. Carcinel's got 30, Hastra's only got 25. I think that's because she's not actually doing combat action, she's casting spells. And I think you get less experience points if you do that. So in that interest, I'm not sure that's entirely true, but we're slightly out of range here. I'm going to go ahead and take 3 shots at this distance. It's also going to be a little bit safer for counterattacks and things like that. Or maybe you only get XP for killing things. No, look, she gained 9 experience points for doing that action, so we're going to try to get them farmed up just a wee bit. Let's go ahead and give our nourishing meal to Ms. Carcinel over here. And we'll have her scooch up here, so she can only really be attacked by 1 person and from the front. And we'll have her take a shot there. Yeah, there's a range penalty, but that's okay. She might have gotten a crit too. Pony Rider. Ooh, Pike Square. So this Draconian Charger will have first strike against me and be able to hit me for a lot of damage. I definitely don't want to tangle with those if I can with my my Pony Rider. I'm just going to scooch up by 1 and be on defensive mode just to try to lower the chance that I'm going to take, you know, crap tons of damage. I'm going to move the Halfling Farmer behind Ms. Carcinel and then do a chicken attack over there. And then the Night Watch, who gets no experience points ever, we'll get him to scooch up as much as possible, go on defensive mode. We might be slightly more risky with him, see if he can't get some experience points, because otherwise he's never going to be useful. Alright. So, our Halfling Farmer really can't do anything right now, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we'll clear up some room really, really shortly. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I should be able to finish off the Draconians. It does have first strike. We'll do that. Hey, we got lucky, so we didn't actually take any damage the other way. I'm going to go ahead and scooch up next to the rock here, and then I can use my shock bolts to full effect on this dude. Almost, but not quite, finish him off. Now, because this dude has pole arms, he's going to hit Miss Carcinel back quite aggressively. On the other hand, he's almost dead. It's only going to take 1 shot probably to kill him. Maybe not. We could use our flashbang. Mana-infused flashbang bursts into a mixture of light, scraps, and flames, deals some physical and some fire damage to target enemy, and attempts to blind it for 2 rounds. That's a good thing to do against range stuff. We also might just kill this dude without doing any damage back to us. In fact, it will kill him. Seems like a good idea then. Alright, and then the Halfling Farmer... Oh, still can't squeeze by. Really? Now, I could have had her move back, but it would have drawn an attack of opportunity, so... We'll move over here. We might be able to flank from behind. Anyway, I know I'm, like, spending too much time on a battle that's not really of any significant consequence here. cleaver him. And our pony actually can attack here, but again, we'd take a crap ton of damage, so I'll scooch up, go to triple defense, and call it good. I don't think this guy should be able to kill anyone. Oh, lucky triggered twice! Go Ms. Carsonel. And then we can go and flank with our Night Watch and actually get it some XP as well. Although, you know, arguably we should be focusing the XP on our heroes.